Hi, everybody. I hope you had a great Christmas and a wonderful New Year's. It's Mrs. Hibbinger. I am getting ready to start a new book. This one's called Monster Street, and it's by J.H. Reynolds. Are you ready? Here we go. Chapter 1, No Service. The dirt road twisted through the forest like a snake, but the scrawny boy in the passenger seat didn't even notice. His shaggy hair and brown eyes were veiled by a red hoodie as he stared down at his iPad and annihilating monsters on some faraway planet. Suddenly, the cell bars at the top of the screen vanished and the game froze. No service? The boy shook the device, trying to wake the dead. You'll survive a couple days, Max, his mother said, driving their blue minivan deeper into the woods. When I was 12, we didn't have all those distractions. We played outside. It will just take some time to get used to being away from the city. Max sank down into his seat and sighed. And he looked out his window and saw tall, prickly pine trees for the first time. On the side of the road, he glimpsed a rusted metal sign that read, "Now entering Wolfe County, population 781. Oddly, the number 781 had been crossed out with red spray paint and now says 634 had been written in its place. Creepyville, Max mumbled then turned to his mom. Do I really have to stay here the whole weekend? It was more of a plea than a question. We've already been over this, honey, his mother replied. I swear you're just like your father, always questioning things, and that's what made him a good scientist, I suppose. But I've never even met these people, and now you want me to stay with them by myself for 3 days? You've met them before. You just don't remember, she said. In fact, we lived out here for a while when you were a baby. Before... She paused, and there was an awkward moment of silence. Max knew she was about to refer to his father's accidental death, but it was something she rarely said aloud. He had asked her before about it more times than he could count, but she always found a way to change the subject before he could get any real answers. In fact, he hardly knew anything about his father. Believe me, Max, this is the last place on earth I want to be, his mother said, tapping the steering wheel. She had been acting strangely towards him the past few days. If you want to know the truth, your Gramps and Grammy wrote me a letter on your birthday, asking for you to come and stay with them this weekend. They seemed rather urgent about it. Said they had some things of your father's that they want to pass down to you. It was supposed to be a surprise. Max still wasn't convinced. Well, why haven't they ever come to our house? And why is this the first time we've gone to see them? His mother took a deep breath. You're getting older now, and I think it's important for you to spend some time with your father's side of the family. After he died out here, I swore never to come back, but... Wait, Max interrupted. Dad's accident happened here, at the place you're taking me? His mother nodded. Max sat down in his seat and gazed forward. It was the only clue she had ever given him about his father's death. Mom? Yes, honey. When are you going to tell me what really happened to Dad? The question was simple, but it ran deep and wide inside of him like a story with no ending. Max had no memories of his father. When other kids' dads visited them at school, he pretended not to care that his own dad could never come. When other kids played catch with their dads at the park or in the yard, he turned his head so that he wouldn't have to feel the pain of missing his own father. And yet he had never known why his dad wasn't there. The only thing he possessed that had once belonged to his father was the faded red hoodie he was wearing now, the hoodie his grandparents had sent to him a few days before on his 12th birthday. Max played with the zipper as he watched the shadows of the trees creep over his mom's face. She glanced over at him and opened her mouth to speak. Max was sure that he was finally about to get some answers, but her eyes dimmed, her lips sealed, and her gaze turned forward. "I've already told you. Your father died in a hunting accident when you were a baby," she said. But Max sensed that there was more she wasn't telling him, and he wanted to know the truth. He wanted to know why his father wasn't there and why he had felt lonely all his life. Even so, he regretted asking her the questions. He could see the pain in her eyes, and he promised himself he would never ask her again. But what he didn't know was that the answer to his questions lay just up ahead, at the end of the slithering road.